Hey everyone, I wanted to take a couple minutes to go through today's activities and also to talk about what we're going to be doing leading into our Romeo and Juliet unit. Now, if you don't have your book, make sure you're emailing me because we are starting to actually get into the play next week. So, in yesterday's agenda, there was a presentation. Make sure if you haven't taken the time to look through that, take a few minutes to do so. There's 2 videos and then there's just some information. It'll give you background information on Shakespeare and then also on Romeo and Juliet. And then there's this skills builder, an introduction to Shakespeare and Romeo and Juliet, multiple choice questions that are based on that presentation. So please make sure you're doing that. It should be pretty easy. All right, now today's goal is going to be to familiarize ourselves with Shakespearean pronouns and to just, get more comfortable with Shakespearean language. So, a couple things that I want you to do are listed in today's agenda, and I'm going to just briefly talk about each of those right now. So first up, we have some Shakespearean pronouns that I want you to familiarize yourself with. So you could do this in a couple different ways. So if you click on this Get Smart Shakespeare Pronouns sheet and then click on the link here, you do not have to fill this out. You can if you want the extra practice, but there is a list of Shakespeare pronouns here, and it will give you the word, what that would translate to in modern English, and then it gives you a sentence. So like, for instance, you, when you're using it as a subject, would be thou. So thou art a villain, and then are is art. So take a look at this list. I've also in your agenda put the Quizlet link, so you can click on that and review by playing some games on Quizlet. So if you go to familiarize yourself with some Shakespeare pronouns, click on it. It will take you to some flashcards. You can play a matching game. So if I click on this, start game, it'll give me different words. So like, for instance, doth, does, links up, and then you would just link the words and match the words together there. So this is a great way to practice as well, and you can also use the flashcards on this site. Now, another way to practice with these pronouns is to click on this Shakespearean translator right here, and it is going to take you to a Schmoop translator where you're going to type in any random sentence you would like to see how it translates into Shakespearean lingo. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. All right, so here I just want you to type any sentence and see how it translates, and it'll translate it in real time. So I'm going to talk about my pets here. So I have 3 cats. Do you have any pets? Okay, so this translates to I hast 3 cats. Doth thou hast any pets? So again, it's just for fun. It's just to practice with the language a little bit. I'm not making you do any activity with it, but take about 5 minutes or so and play around with this and see what you come up with. Now, it's not necessarily a perfect translator. It's just obviously bopping in the words, some of the pronouns, Shakespearean pronouns, but it'll at least give you an idea of how the language is different and start to familiarize you with those pronouns that we were talking about. All right, so last thing we are going to do here is this sonnet interpretation practice. So if you click on this link, it's going to take you to a Google Doc, and it's going to ask you to go line by line with this sonnet and to translate that in modern English. So let's go ahead and take a couple minutes and work on this together. All right, so for this activity, what we're looking to do is we're looking to go line by line, as I said, and translate each line into modern English. Now, the Shakespearean pronouns may be helpful for you here. And again, make sure we're practicing with those the next few days here. So this first line says, into the well I cast a humble prayer. So we have to think, okay, casting something, what does that mean? So, and if you're not sure, make sure you're looking up the word. So if I double click on cast here and then go to where it says define, it's going to give me a definition. I'll show you on the right here. And so if I look at the definitions it gives me, the one that seems to make the most sense is to like throw something forcefully. So when it's saying, so into the well I threw a humble prayer, Well, what do people throw into a well? They might make a wish like with a penny or something like that. So what I would put in this line is I tossed my wish into a well. And then it says, and though I'll not reveal the wish I made. So this person's like, but I'm not telling you what I wished for. So I tossed my wish into a well, but I will not say what I wished for. Our eyes, they met, and we a moment shared. So clearly this is starting to appear to be a love sonnet. And it's saying that this person's eyes linked with somebody and they shared a moment. So we can translate it to that. Our eyes met and we shared a moment. If I could spell. Okay, now, a couple things that I want to point out here. Notice the order of words is different than how we would normally speak a lot of times. So our eyes, they met and we a moment shared. So like normally we would say we shared a moment. In this case, they don't have the verb in front of the object here. It just says, and we a moment shared. So getting used to how Shakespeare orders his words is going to be important as well. All right, so you get the idea here. Basically, what we're trying to do is we are trying to go line by line, translate it the best we can. Again, practice with those pronouns, try to make sure we're translating those here, and then also pay attention to how Shakespeare uses language. Again, this is not written by Shakespeare. It's just a sonnet in Shakespearean form, but go through, translate it, and do your best. If you have any questions, please reach out, let me know, but we'll be practicing the next few days here with Shakespearean language, and then on Monday, we'll be getting into the story. Thanks for watching. See you soon.